Howdy diddly dandy chums, it is I, Captain Steve. Yeah, and today we're going to be doing some freighter shopping. So to do freighter shopping, you need to be in the iteration for a good 3 hours. Once you've been in the iteration for a good 3 hours, I mean, you can do stuff in that 3 hours, just don't warp around too much. Well, you can, I suppose, but you don't want to initiate a freighter battle by accident, really, chums. So, yeah, all I'm going to do is call in my freighter, because on my freighter I have a manual save point. Yes, you can put save points now on your freighter's deck, chums. So you can do this just with an autosave, but however, I like to have a full-on manual save. So I'm just going to go into my freighter and I'll see you at my save point. Hello, it's I again. Right, okay, so I'm now at my save point, so I'm just going to make a save. Now, the first point of freighter shopping is you're going to be jumping from system to system to find a lovely freighter that you quite like. Now, this stage, I'm going to leave my freighter all built out. Basically, I'm not going to engage in the actual battle and see what class it is or anything like that. Mainly because before I actually purchase a freighter that I want, I need to dismantle everything that's in here, including all of my trophies and everything like that that I want to keep, because it does not carry over to your other freighter. So there's going to be a lot of building work once I do find a freighter of my liking. But yeah, so this is just stage one. How to find a freighter of your liking. This is freighter shopping. Freighter shopping, chums, is very different to actual freighter buying and then freighter kitting out. So this is going to be a three-parter, hopefully, chums. So there we go. I'm just going to make another save. And yeah, once I've actually found the freighter I like, there's probably going to be a live video of me trying to get an S-class freighter, because it takes freaking ages. Right, so that's that. I will now head on out into space, and we're going to hopefully trigger a interaction. See, sometimes after you have been in the iteration for 3 hours, sometimes on your first warp jump, sometimes it triggers a freighter battle. Other times it's not until you've warped 5 times. So, or in between 1 and 5. So I'm just going to do a warp jump, and we're hopefully going to get a freighter battle. If we don't, I'm going to call in my freighter again and create another save. So here we go. Let's initiate my warp. And I'm just going to jump away from the Galactic Center, because I don't want to go towards the Galactic Center on this save. This is my NMSA hub, which is as far out as possible. Low supply, I'm going to go to one that's quite good. So something that's like, you know, high supply or affluent or whatever. I don't really want to go to one of these redacted areas of space, because you don't really get much from there. Let's jump a little bit further away. What we got here, medium supply, medium supply. So yeah, I will let you know once I've found one that's in, oh, satisfactory is, it's kind of satisfactory, isn't it, really? Adequate? Adequate? No, you want something like affluent rather than adequate, really, if you can. But yeah, I'll let you know. What, oh, I just saw one, advanced. There we are, chums. That's the sort of thing you want, a GEC advanced system. Let's go, let's go. Okay, chums, no freighter battle there, but that's probably a good thing, because I actually just forgot a very important step when it comes to freighter shopping. Don't just jump straight to the system, because if there was a freighter there, and I would have liked it, yeah, I wouldn't have known how to get back there, because I moved around quite a lot from my starting point. You need to sort of set yourself a waypoint to that area and lock it in. Right, so now what I've done is I've called in my own freighter. I'm going to fly into my freighter and I'm going to create another manual save. And you'll probably find on my 5th jump, that's when the freighter will spawn. But I'm going to keep jumping to quite affluent sort of areas of space. So I will show you again how to actually set a custom waypoint, since I didn't do it the last time. And I'll see you guys in a bit. Don't you go away. I'm just going to go make a save, and then we'll do that step again. I'll do it properly this time, okay? Cool. Okay, chums, well, I found a wealthy system. Now, at the bottom of the screen, it says to press square to set a waypoint. Pressing square does nothing. You have to press X first to target the system. Then, once you've targeted the system, then you press square. That's now set a waypoint for me. So if I was to press circle now, it should take me back to where I was. If I was to then use my free explorer, I can do custom waypoint, and you can see there it's drew in a line to the planet that I just set. So there we go. So there we are. Now that's set into my custom waypoint. I need to come back out of here and fly back in and create another autosave or a manual save in my freighter. before you set off to that area of space. That way, if you do trigger a freighter battle and it's an awesome freighter, it's very easy to get back to that freighter again. Now, so here we go, let's fly on in, and let's create an autosave and a manual save, and then I'll be right back with you and be jumping to that system to see if we get a freighter. So that's the step I missed last time, chums. There's a lot of flying in and out and resaving and creating saves and things like that, but there we go. So I will see you after I've done a fair few of these jumps and we've initiated our first freighter. I've just created another save, and now I'm just going to go back into my map, and it should still have my custom waypoint selected. Yes, it does. And I can then jump straight to that system that I marked, which is Legion. Cool, let's jump there, let's go and see what happens. And hopefully we get a freighter battle. And there we are, chums, no freighter battle for moi. Done it! Okay, well usually 3 is the lucky number, but as I say, it can be anything in between 1 and 5 that I've found anyway. It's rare that it's 5, it's more often 3. So I'm going to fly back in and create another save. I'm going to create an auto save this time, then jump out to the galactic map, and then create a manual save the second time when I've actually found a system that I want and I've made a new custom waypoint. So it's a case of just repeating the steps. Okay, right, so I'm just going to jump out of my ship. There's my manual save. I'm going to jump back into the ship, go to the galactic map, set a waypoint, then come back into my freighter, create another save, and then I'm going to jump to the system. And hopefully, third time's a charm, chums. Third time's a charm. I'll see you at that final step where we're jumping into a new system. I've been quite lucky. I've got a wealthy system and an advanced system right next to each other. So I could just kind of jump in between the two and just keep jumping back. Yeah, so that's quite nice. That's a nice situation to be in. So yeah, I could jump to that system. If it doesn't spawn, jump back to the system that I was just in. And yeah, that should work out quite nicely. And hopefully one of these two systems will have a decent freighter. Okay, right, so this was my third jump. And I was honestly thinking I would encounter a freighter on this jump. And I didn't, which is a little bit odd. But okay, cool. Well, I'll just call back in my freighter. And then what I'll be doing is jumping back to the previous system. So I've got an advanced system and I've got a wealthy system. I'm just going to keep jumping backwards and forwards in between these two now, chums. But in between, I am going to be creating saves, so manual saves. Okay, well, this is jump 5, and here we go. Now we've got our freighter interaction. It's quite a cool ship, to be fair. This is quite a cool freighter. That's, I don't mind this layout. This layout's quite cool. I would like to know what colour it is, though, before I spend too much time here. So let's just go into camera mode. Let's take a quick look, see if we can work out what colour this is. Let's try and get the sun right above the damn thing. Okay, I think it's got a tinge of blue on it, which is okay. I'm sort of white and blue. I'm liking the length of this thing. I think this might work. Let's rescue it and we'll have a look what this looks like when we do a proper comparison. Okay, I'm just going to go kill all these blasted pirates. Okay, so let's lock onto one. Here you go, I'll let you watch me kill some pirates. So yeah, until you find your S-Class, you're going to be doing this over and over again, chums. So, yeah. Make sure you've got yourself a nicely kitted out fighter for this. It makes it a lot quicker to dispatch the bad guys. Hello there, bad guy. Okay, you're incinerated. Look at that. Now I'm using the posterior ejector in my ship. Well, the positron. Sorry, the positron ejector. I've always called it the posterior because I read it wrong the first time I saw it. And you know when you've got something stuck in your head and it stays there like a freaking bad smell? It's that sort of thing. So sorry if I call it a posterior ejector. It's a positron. Positron. Yeah, there we go. Take that, you. Okay, I've got one more left to kill. Where is he? There they are. Sorry to assume your gender. But then again, all the creatures in this game look kind of male, don't they? Right, so let's fly on up here, and let's fly on in. And yeah, we're going to have a look what sort of freighter this is. Now, when you do land inside a freighter, you can tell what class it is before you even going up and speaking to the actual owner of the freighter. I'll show you how to do that quickly, chums. So once you exit your ship, you see there it doesn't actually create a save, which is good. There we go. So this is actually a B class, 29-7, but I do want to know what the colour is, so I'm going to go up and speak to the actual guy. I know that I'm not going to be doing the swap. At this stage, I'll be doing the auto reload and jumping back to this system. If I like this freighter, that is. So let's go and have a quick look at this freighter. Now, my favourite kind of freighter, I don't really mind. Out of the two freighters, I don't mind this big sort of lozenge one, and I don't really mind the destroyer type one. Either or is fine. Okay, right. Hello there, my little gecky friend. How are you? I'm loving those frickin' eyebrows. Lovely. Reminds me of Nyoko's merch. If you haven't checked out Nyoko's merch, go check that out. It's frickin' awesome. Okay, so here we go. Let's have a quick look. Inspect freighter. Right, okay. Well, this is quite nice. It's a big powdery blue one. I could quite live with that. And it's got black on it. And it's sort of like a whitey bluey colour. That's not too bad. So yeah, if I could get that in an S-Class, I'd be relatively happy. It'd be nice if we could we could actually recolour these things. But all I'm going to do now, chums, don't fly back out or do anything like that. Just go into your menu, go over to options, and go into reload, manual save. And that'd put me back on my freighter before the last jump I did, chums. Well, howdy doody. Right, so I'm back at my save on my freighter before that jump. So now that I've found a freighter I like, this is where I need to dismantle everything that I want to put into my new freighter. So yeah, this is going to take me a while. So this is a case of going into build mode and actually deleting everything by pressing the right button. That'd be nice. So yeah, this is going to take me a while, and it's probably going to say infantry is full a heck of a lot. Whoops, I just deleted the whole freaking wall there. I don't know whether I just lost all the stuff that was inside that, but there we are. So this is it. It's just a case of going around and deleting everything out that you want to take along with you. And sadly, you're only going to get half the materials back as well, I believe, chums. Now, you can just delete the whole bed, and it will give you everything that's in the bed, which is okay. I'm just going to leave my save point there, and perhaps the Galactic Trade Terminal. Not that I really need the Trade Terminal that much, but I might want to sell some of this stuff rather than bin it. But then, there you go, infantry's full. So I'm going to have to keep putting things over to different infantry spaces. I mean, I could fill up my freighter inventory. It was already freaking full. Okay, so I'm going to have to put stuff in vaults, but then I've got to be careful how I go about deleting the vaults. Okay, so you get where I'm coming from, chums. This is going to take me a while. So I've got to do all this, and then I'll be jumping backwards and forwards to that actual... so there's this step, anyway. So, yeah, I'll see you guys once I've actually deleted everything in my freighter space. Okay. Welcome back. Right, well, I have deleted everything on my freighter. All I've got is the corridor that takes you straight down. Yep, so there we go. I'm going to make a save. Now, I could even take this with me, which I could do. I could take that with me, but I'd have to do that on every sort of reload. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it there. I can sacrifice that. That's not a problem. Right, and now it's just a case of jumping back to the system until I find an S-Class freighter, which could take... any amount of time. It could take freaking eons, but as long as you do it into a wealthy or affluent or advanced system, hopefully it's not going to take as long as if you was doing it in a different system. But here we go. That's pretty much it. So that is freighter shopping, chums. That is freighter shopping. So there we go. I'll see you guys next time for when we actually find an S-Class freighter. Goodbye for now. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. And if you wish to support my channel, you can do so by heading over to Patreon. There is a tier there for pretty much everyone, including ship models. These 10 lucky chappies are getting ship models, spanking new Patreons. And yeah, here's all my other Patreon backers, spanking new Patreons. And new to the channel is YouTube membership. Hurry on over, see if it appeals to you, spanking you. Okay, drop in a super chat or a donation also helps me towards getting my goal, which is a PlayStation 5 and bringing you next gen. Or head on over to Teespring, grab yourself a gnarly mug or a t-shirt. That'll be sweet. Or just hit a like, subscribe, or hit the notification bell. You can click one of these to stay with the channel a little bit longer, or just don't skip my adverts. That throws revenue down my avenue. Goodbye!